Good morning and welcome back to the iCare Group Australia Ipswich Jets After the 80, proudly brought to you by the Jets Leagues Club, the #1 supporter of rugby league in our community. We're here to talk all things rugby league, a massive week for the Ipswich Jets. We'll cover off on everything from Dev Cup to Hostplus Cup. Plenty to talk about. Blakey Mara, welcome back, brother.
Yeah, it's exciting. First round in the books. Great result for Hostplus Cup. How'd you pull up?
Yeah, it was a good start, mate. Good start. It's always nice to get a win on the board. The old fella's feeling it today.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a slow start. Hence the reason we're doing this on the couch. I couldn't get off it this morning. So
Yeah.
here we are.
37?
30. I feel about 47.
Okay.
So I'm definitely feeling it today. But you know what? If we're on the other side of 30 points, I reckon I'll be feeling it a lot more. So
Yeah, no, it's always good to start in a positive way and bank some wins early. So
it is, mate. And I'm sure you had a busy weekend around the grounds. We had Dev Cup on.
Yep.
How'd that all go down? Is that so? Fill me in. That's the final. That's the
Dev Cup finals happened on the weekend. So we had our third versus fourth playoff. The Clydesdales ended up getting up over Jets country in a last-minute try to get over the line. So Jets country started fast, but as you're starting to see, it's a bit of a trend in rugby league these days where someone starts off really well and then they take the foot off the gas and the momentum shifts and sometimes you can't wrestle it back. So that was a bit of a ding-dong clash there. The City girls were quite dominant over country, they completed the clean sweep, so they won 3-0 in that development series there. So which, to be honest, the other two games are really tight, and I think it's a great sign for our girls that we've managed to get, full participation in that competition, sitting underneath Harvey Norman under 17s, and it's a great sign for the future. And then our final between Metro and City, very tight clash physically at the start, but once Metro got a bit of a roll on, they were just too hard to stop, so they ran out dominant victors, and that's back-to-back for Metro, and we'll see if someone can knock them off next year.
And what about the pipeline's healthy?
Yeah, mate. Yep. There's some talent coming through. We had our player of the competitions both announced yesterday as well. So Talia Sia and the under-16s girls was massive in all three games and got the player of the series there. And a young fella named Cordell Inu. He's only 16, so he's got his year young. He was part of our Cyril Connell squad in pre-Christmas, and he's sort of retained his spot as a development player, but was sent back to Development Cup. And in all four games he was massive. So player
no doubt one to watch.
Yeah,
no doubt one to watch. Some doubtful results, I guess, throughout the club in our other divisions. Our Harvey Norman 17s girls.
Yep.
They copped a bit of a loss to the Blackhawks as well. Obviously a strong outfit up in the northern end of Queensland, and they went down 36-18. But nonetheless, a great experience for those girls, I'm sure.
Yep.
Always a tough ask, obviously, playing Townsville, and early. We didn't have the greatest weather over the weekend, but they were obviously hindered by that. And did you catch much of the 19s girls? 19s girls?
Yeah, I did. Well, I did catch the 19s girls game. It's funny, there's a few trends starting to emerge amongst our junior teams. Our 19s girls, it's the second week in a row they've started really strong. I think they clawed out to a 16-point lead. And then the other team sort of chased them down. Last week they were up 20-0 and drew 20-all. This week, similar fashion, up 16-0, found themselves 20-16, but obviously learnt some lessons from last week at the end of the game and managed to claw a try back and win on the bell, which was, once again, it's a great result for them. Having not won a game last year. This year they're 2 wins and a draw, 1 loss. It's positive signs for them.
I think it's worth noting too. Like you got to give a rap to the coaches there in our women's space, in our juniors in particular. Newey and Lido, they've been working overtime, and I think you can start to see the fruits for that work that they've put in, haven't they? Like you can tell the girls are really progressing. They didn't get a win last year, and they've already chalked a couple up now. So.
Yeah, no, and you can see even just from my observations watching last year and watching this, even at Development Cup level, coming through to 17s. We didn't get the result yesterday in 17s, and they probably need to address their starts to the game. They've had a couple of slow starts, but this week they didn't manage to turn the wheel fast enough. But just the way they move the ball. One observation I had of last year's footy is it was very one-dimensional all the time, whereas this year, across all grades, you're seeing the ball start to move, and that's a sign of not only the growth of the girls' game and that extra 12 months of exposure, but also the coaching that's going on in those grades. So very happy for our teams, and didn't show on the scoreboard for our 17s girls this week, but still good progress.
And our Cyril Connell boys also, they had a loss as well. Traditionally a very strong outfit. The Blackhawks, aren't they? Like, they got a pipeline of those Cowboys players back. I'm going to assume that quite a few of those Cyril Connell boys would have been contracted with the Cowboys who were playing for Blackhawks on the weekend, and they got done 26-18. But again, big step in the right direction. I think they're competing really hard.
Yeah. I think in all honesty, I think they'll be a bit disappointed with that, more in the fact that they had a strong lead at the start there. 18-6 at one stage. Not kicking their goals hurts as well. 4 tries to only be up 18-6 hurts. But probably, and this is kids' footy, you know, learning. Like, you got to respect the footy, and that's something that obviously a lot of players develop later on. They just give the ball away too much in that game. It's similar to last week against East. You know, I left that game thinking they were probably the better team, but not for long enough periods. And unfortunately, you can't get away with that. In a game of footy, it goes for 60 to 80 minutes, depending on what grade you're playing, and you can't win them in 15-minute patches. So, yeah, tough lesson for them. And
we got down, our Hostplus Cup boys got down early, and we supported our Malmaninga boys, obviously, like his head coach, and going up against a very strong outfit, Blackhawks outfit. I think they had upwards of 13, 15 contracted Cowboys players. They know how to play footy, and mate, they had some really quality players, and a credit to you blokes. You know, they had the gloves up the whole time. They had the gloves up, and unfortunately, they got done. But you can't knock them for their effort there. And what's your? I guess obviously, you know, it's fresh from yesterday, and it's always tough to digest a significant loss like that. But it's a really good opportunity to take your lessons out of it. Is there any lessons in particular that you got out of that?
Yeah, no, I think ultimately, whilst, you know, it's obviously really disappointing, and after a game like that, you can feel a bit flat. There is some very valuable lessons in there if people can, I guess, sort of dig deep and take away from that. In a sense of, one, I said to the boys after the game, like, the Townsville team showed us a lot of respect, and you could tell that by the way they started the game and their energy and their, I guess, the way they took to the task. They got a lot of momentum early. They got a couple 6 agains. We gave them a couple of really poor errors, and they mounted that pressure on us. And I thought we actually defended really well. And then it would almost be like we'd defend the big play, but then they'd get us on that next one, which, once again, there's lessons in that. My main disappointment is that there were some really good opportunities there for guys to go up against, I guess, you know, those contracted talents and sort of stake their case. And whilst the scoreboard doesn't reflect some of those efforts, I still think some guys made a really good account for themselves. And, you know, depending on what we rock up like to training on Wednesday, or sort of, you know, that can sort of be like, hey, we learn a lot from that, let's take it into next week, or whether or not we maybe, you know, people take it the wrong way. So, I guess that's my job as a coach, to make sure that we take those lessons and put them into work going forward.
No doubt, mate. You've got enough good leaders in there, enough quality personnel to like you said, take those lessons on board and take that step in the right direction. And us boys in the Hostplus Cup, we had a great victory. It was the first time, it's only new to my knowledge, but the first time in, I believe, 8 years since we've actually been able to beat the Blackhawks, which I mean, I'm new to the club, but it must be so satisfying for blokes like, you know, Ty, who've put in this massive work ethic and to get this result, and the preparation of the whole. I know that you don't prepare for the one game, but it's always nice to get that first win after a pre-season. And
well, from your perspective, mate, like, obviously there's a bit made out of the fact we haven't beat them in 8 years, and like, it can become a bit of like a thing on your back, because the players there 8 years ago aren't the players you're playing now. No. So it's not like you're versing the same team across 8 years, and we've got blokes like yourself who are new. In captain's run and the sessions leading up, did you feel like there was going to be a solid performance like this coming?
Yeah, I thought a really good indicator for myself was our trial period.
Yep.
We went up to the Sunshine Coast 3-4 weeks ago now, but we went up there and we were okay. we got a lot wrong.
Yeah.
And the big moment for me where I knew we were going to be all right was the way we presented ourselves in Goroka when we went up to PNG.
Yep.
Because we took those lessons out of the Sunshine Coast game, we executed them.
Yep.
And again, yesterday, those lessons we learned in Goroka, we were patchy in Goroka, we got a lot right, we got a lot wrong. And I thought yesterday, those lessons that we took out of our trial in Goroka, we got right.
Yep.
And I thought the scoreline may have flattered us a little bit, but at the end of the day, we understood the task and we executed the plan that we were given. I thought the coaching staff did a really good job during the week in terms of preparing us. You can often get caught up in, from my experience, you can get caught up in over-analysing oppositions and trying to find these chinks in armours where often the what you need to nail is right on your nose. It's your own backyard, And we got that right. We didn't do video. We had no footage of them. They didn't trial, so they were probably a little bit underdone too. We got them at a good time, but I think next time we play them, it's going to be a different team to play. But I'm really proud of how we operated as a club this week. I think that's a significant moment of our season. We all bought into a common cause and we got it right.
I thought there was a lot of resilience shown on the goal line defence. So how much work have the boys been doing at training?
Yeah, it's been one of our soft spots, if I'm being honest, Blake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I thought we've leaked points there up on the Sunshine Coast. We leaked points there again in Goroka. So to turn that around against a quality outfit like Blackhawks is the most pleasing part of the game. And again, I go back to learning those lessons that we got taught.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately led to points. But and the good thing was they were in games that weren't for points. So we walked away yesterday with 2 points on the board and some big performances, mate. We had Ken Mamalo out there for 40 minutes because of obviously Dean Aramaya. He was on light work duties from the instructions from the Gold Coast
Titans.
Titans.
He goes out there and gets a double.
He went out there.
Poor Dean. What happened in the first half?
Mate, he did all the hard work. He laid the platform for him, and he walks away with zilch, and Kenny goes home with 2 tries. And then on the other wing, our other Titans recruit, Tony Francis, a double for him as well. So, mate, we're very fortunate to have the calibre of player we get back with the Titans. And
what about it next week? Obviously off to Harvey Bay to take on the Falcons. I mean, early in the year, it's always important to complete high and show defensive resilience, and I think that's where your round 1 victory will always fall back to. As a senior player this week, what are you looking for as far as you don't want to get ahead of yourself? You win 30-0, it's really easy to go, everything we've done works, and where do you go to from here? Again,
I'll go back to that ability to focus on what we can control.
Yeah.
And I think that plays a big part of that. Too much information sometimes is where you come up with these errors. You're trying to look for something that's not there.
Yeah.
So I think if we can just stay in our own heads here and just focus on those things that we can control, which is complete and high, holding the ball when we need to hold the ball, and finishing our sets well, kicking well. Those things we did really well against the Blackhawks. And you know what, this game's not going to. It's not going to go the same. They're going to be up for it now. Everyone's a week on. They've got that little bit more
the Falcons have, especially in the years Brad Henderson has been there recently, they're very good in attack as far as executing their shapes. So they're not a team you want to give the ball to and give them set starts heading into your try line, because they'll put you under that pressure. So I think if we can roll out with a similar performance that we did this week, it's going to be the way to attack it.
It's a lot to look forward to, Blakey, and obviously yourselves as well, taking on the Falcons. How are they going in the Mal?
They haven't gone too well at the start, but that
can turn really quickly.
That presents danger, because sometimes when a team starts slow, sometimes that's the way you find yourself, and each loss they're closer to their next win. So I guess hopefully this week isn't the week they find themselves, and we can learn our lessons as well.
A lot to look forward to, listeners. We'll be back on the couch, the new setting. What do you think? New setting?
Yeah, I think my back's appreciating it, to be honest. We've tried standing, we've tried bar stools.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Give us a bit of feedback, listeners, on our social media. How about you drop a line of what
any furniture stores want to send some couches in?
Yeah, we're all for it. A couple of cushions or whatever.
Happy days.
A lot to look forward to next week. Blakey, thanks for the review, mate. All around the grounds. For those who are listening, I sat down earlier with Tyran Ott and talked all things rugby league and get to know Tyran. We're very fortunate, very lucky to be joined by one of our newest additions for 2026, Tyran Ott. Welcome.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
How's it all going?
No, it's good. Lovely English weather we got today.
Yeah, you brought it with you. Somewhat of a journeyman in your relatively young rugby league career. You've travelled far and wide. You want to run us through where you've been and where it all started?
Yeah, well, Newcastle Junior, and played me 15s, 16s, and a little bit of SG ball there. And then from there, looking for opportunity, went to Manly, played a bit of the 20s and reserve grade there. And from there, just looking for an opportunity to keep playing that New South Wales Cup level. And took myself overseas for a little bit of a go over there, and then found my way back to the Jets.
And tell us about your journey through Newcastle as a Newcastle Junior. Where'd that all start? I know you and I have a friend in common, young Jock Madden, who's down the Tigers, and he's told me give me a bit of a background check on you before I had crossed paths with you. Yeah, make sure you're all right. But how was playing down there? What comp did you play and who did you play for as a junior?
Yeah, so I played for West Maitland. They're the Maitland Pickers junior club, and then from there went into the Newcastle system. Met up with Jock Madden playing like 16s and a little bit of that 15s development stuff, and another mate at Phoenix was playing with us, and we had a good little team back then. So.
And then into New South Wales Cup. How'd you find that? Who were you playing for?
Yeah, I got to debut. What would it have been? 18 for Manly, and had some good players around me, which made it easy, and a little bit of opportunity that just kind of fell in my lap. So, and that was the main reason why I left Newcastle, was to have a bit more of a pathway. I had a few good players ahead of me at Newcastle. That Tom Starling was still there at the time and he was carving it up. So I figured I'd go looking for an opportunity and put myself in a club where there wasn't too much above me. And it fell in my lap and I got a few games early. And
you crossed to the dark side, you went to the Northern Hemisphere.
Yep.
How was that? Who did you play for over there, and how did you find that experience?
I got to play for the Bradford Bulls. I kind of landed in their lap, went over there and turned up and went straight for a trial with them, and that was really good. Got to play there, made some great mates over there. That was probably the biggest takeaway from the experience, is the people around the game and how much they love it there. And it was really good. So I was there for 2 full seasons, and then a little bit homesick, thought I'd come home and be closer to family. And it's been a great journey. And
you found yourself in the beautiful Ipswich.
Yep.
And how did that come about? You know, you're in Bradford. The dream's alive over there, and you're at age now. You're 25 now.
Yeah, 25.
25 now, and what are you sort of hoping of? What's your goals? Like you're at a real guess crossroads of your career at the moment. You're back here in the Queensland Cup, which is one of the premier competitions, and the great thing about Queensland Cup, as I'm sure you're aware of, is we've had many players at that mature age really kick on and make a real career of themselves in the NRL. And is that something that you plan on doing, and how did you find yourself here at Ipswich?
So when I was over seas, I had a good mate, Connor Jones, and funnily enough, he was playing the same competition as us for Featherston Rovers. And we have a bit of spare time. We were working in a high school together over there, and he knew Ty at the Jets, and gave me his number so I could give him a ring and just get an idea what was out and about, because I knew I wanted to come home. Got family on the Gold Coast and parents in northern New South Wales. Knew I wanted to come home, and just had a chat to Ty about what opportunities might have been about, where I could have went to, and he told me to come along with the Jets. So I was like, it was a real easy phone call. So that's thanks to Connor Jones and getting me here, and that was quite good. So
good on you. And you've lobbed up here. You've done a pre-season now.
Yep.
Got some trials under your belt. We're into the season. How are you finding it? What do you think the state of the club is, and what are you impressed about? What's impressed you about being here as a Jet?
Oh, it's been really good. Like, I think the players around the club, like, they've meshed well. So the people they've brought in, because there has been a pretty high turnover of boys by the sound of it, all gel well. The boys are working hard. It's been quite good, and seeing like little bits of people around the game that are working so hard to put us on the field and do the right things. A bit like yourself, doing the background stuff and like all the staff around the club's doing a great job.
Yeah, well done, mate. It's obviously good to have you a part of it. We are a development club at the end of the day, and it's sometimes really hard to get that balance right of bringing people in who you want to be part of the long-term success of the club, but also if you bring in people that are good enough calibre, they get pinched off as they're taken to another club or taken to the NRL. So and it's hard because I'm sure that's at the back of your mind. That's what you want to do. You want to get into that full-time system and get out of the Jets. But obviously we want to keep you around here and looking forward to you play many games here, Oddie. But mate, we'll start to wrap up as we always do. We've got a few questions. Get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, sounds good.
Do you have any game day suspicions? Superstitions.
I got a real funny one. Like, just like I can't let. Oh, it's funny, but I can't let toilet paper or tissue hit the ground. It's just like it's the weirdest thing. But that's like my only one. It's just don't let like a toilet paper roll. You might have like a big pack, and it's like it's got to be off the floor. It's just a weird one for.
Hang on, we got to dig deep into this one a little bit, I think. So, is this toilet paper from the roll, or is it toilet paper that you've purchased in the 12 by 12 Kleenex?
Just like on the roll or anywhere. It's just like
toilet paper in general.
Toilet paper in general, keep it off the floor. It's more like weird one.
That's unreal. I've never heard that one before.
But it's like something I can control. So that's one of the things I got told when I was younger at the Newcastle development. Like, if you have a superstition, make sure you can control it. That way, it's like easy to make sure it's all sorted. Don't have to worry. So that's very funny one.
That's brilliant. And well, I have to ask, has it ever gone wrong for you? Like, have you ever been on game day and the toilet paper's hit the ground?
It's fallen off there.
Has it ever happened?
Yeah, it has happened once or twice. The head was gone a few times, but it's never affected anything.
What was the outcome of that game?
It went all right. So it kind of proved it wrong, but in a way, it's part of the fun of it. So
the most influential person, it doesn't have to be footy specific. The most influential person, either during your footy career or in your life.
Yep. It'd probably have to be my dad. So. Just in general, what my parents have done, both my dad and my mum, they're pretty huge support for me, and that and my wife Shay. So between them three and my in-laws, I want to say everyone. So, but
you're obviously a loved man.
Yeah, family's pretty massive for me. So we got a really tight core family, and I lean on them for everything. So, our family unit's massive.
Good. And is there one piece of advice you've been given that's stuck with you forever? Something that you can lean on, go back to throughout your whole life?
One I'm probably like sitting on at the moment, because I go through like peaks and troughs with different ones that tend to resonate. Is the one that I've been holding to is like, when it's something you really care about, like we'll use an analogy of like holding a bird. It's like, if you really care about it, don't want to let it go, you might hold it too tight, where it's that thing where you just got to like gently hold something. So I don't know, it's something I'm sitting on. Is like, don't squeeze, don't try too hard, just let it happen. And it's what I'm working on at the moment. So
love it. No, it makes a lot of sense. Your favourite thing about rugby league? Why rugby league? Why did Tyran Ott play rugby league as a kid, and why is he still playing as his 25-year-old?
I like the competition aspect. I think a lot of like games, even at training, I love that sort of competition aspect to it. Do like the physicality of the game as well, especially playing in the middle of the field. Got to do plenty of it. And that striving to have the perfect game or to play really well. That's probably what draws me the most to it.
All right. Besides the toilet paper, never allowed to hit the ground.
Yeah.
Let's give our listeners one thing no one knows about Tyran Ott, bar his inner circle.
I used to have a fish tank, like a real big saltwater fish tank. That was my like real, niche sort of hobby I had for a little while. I had like all the clownfish, all the corals, and that's probably something, yeah, quite niche that I'm into.
You still into it?
Yeah, so just coming back, thinking about setting another one up.
That's
so, yeah, I found it interesting. They all grow, and it's like having a little garden underwater, little
hobby.
Yeah, a little hobby I had. So had that for a little while. I've tried a lot of different things in my time. So yeah, between like fish tanks, archery, and all sorts of stuff. So
yeah, good. All right, a question I like to ask everyone at the end of our podcast, and you can go as deep or as shallow as you want with it, but what's your highlight of your life, your low light, and something you'll do differently?
Yeah, off the back of my wedding, that was probably a highlight. That was probably the best day ever. Having so many family members and friends all on the one day, all buzzing for you, that was pretty awesome at the back end of last year. So that's definitely a highlight. Low light, I don't think I get too down, so it'll be a bit hard to like pick one thing for sure. I'd like to think I keep things pretty merry. So, one thing to do differently. I don't know. I really feel like I've tried and challenged myself, and don't really like. I do consider and think about things a lot, but at the same time, I'll just go and do something and hope for the best sort of thing. So, try everything once and then work out from there. So.
Tyran, must say that was it's great to have you on board, mate. It's great to have you at the Jets. It's great to have you on After the 80 and sharing and letting our fans get to know you in that fashion as the way you opened up. So that brings it to a close. I'd just like to thank all of our listeners for tuning in to the iCare Group Australia Ipswich Jets After the 80. Again, proudly brought to you by our very own Jets Leagues Club, the #1 supporter of rugby league in our community. Oddie, thanks, brother.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.